How's it going, guys? My name is Brandon McCulloch. We're here with the Stereoknife Podcast, and we have a gentleman named... I might have fucked it up already. We have Princess Frank here. Princess Frank, how are you, sir?
Ma'am.
Ma'am. I already screwed it up.
It's Princess Frank from Los Angeles, but that's all right.
Princess Frank is a legend. I first saw Princess Frank at the Thirsty Crow, and it was 5 p.m., and I saw this beautiful person playing a full-on drum kit. We've all seen a one-man show, but this wasn't like a hacky one. It was he had it all going on.
It's a one-man rock show.
It was a one-man rock show. Well, yeah, we'll do. I don't know the pitch, but from my ears, I was just like, at the time, I was really frustrated with being in a band and the perils of getting everybody together. And I was looking at you, I was like, wow.
Being a one-man rock show thing is incredibly liberating because I've been in so many bands and it's always some turmoil or somebody's late or somebody's doing the thing. And I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I got this. I'll do it myself.
I had a thing where I would pretend to be my bass player because he would smoke and play at the same time, and the smoke would go in his eye, and I would just pretend to be him when he wouldn't show up because I needed to get the bass track done. Did you have that kind of thing where you played with other people?
Yeah.
And then you just sort of impersonated them?
No, not really. I just grew tired and fed up with just being in a rock band. It's like I actually was the leader of a giant 25-plus person mobile orchestra for 6 years called Killsonic. And that was actually the smoothest running machine I've ever had in my life because everybody would, I didn't have to tell them. I just said, yo. It was like Fight Club. It's like, your own level of involvement, just show up. And that was on the back of the door. Every Tuesday we're here, and then we're going to do this. Show up or don't. I don't care who shows up.
Were you the MD, technically?
Yeah, mastermind, or whatever you want to call it.
But that means musical director.
I was the massive dick.
He told me not to cuss, and we're how many minutes in? We're 3 in. 3 minutes in. 3 minutes in.
I'm just getting comfortable.
I love it.
Anyhow, I did that for a long time. The freedom of being able to just do it on your own by yourself and not have to worry about it. Even it was a 2-person band. It was just a duo called Master Slave. 2 men, 1 word, Master Slave. We played throughout Hollywood for years, but it was even just having another person was too much sometimes because they'd show up late or they're like, I'm not off work, or I don't know.
Do you find that when you're playing with yourself, avoid it, there's not the same swing, in the sense that the drums can't be behind the beat, your bass is in front of the beat, your vocals are in front of the beat, or do you find that you're doing everything at the same time? I'm
doing everything at the same time. All of my things are analog. I don't have any tracks.
Right.
I just do it all at one time, so I'm able to just make it however I want.
Oh, I guess I mean creatively, you can provide that backbeat Levon Helm swing to yourself.
Oh, of course, yeah. But it's still like I said, liberating to not have to rely on anybody. All I need is 2 outlets and a socket on the wall, and I can just make this work. I can do this.
That's dope.
And it doesn't have to be. I don't have to rely on anybody else.
It's a bit of that guy though, right? What is that? Why is that the ultimate source of?
Well, I'm okay. First of all, my first instrument is the drums, so I already have that kind of dexterity since I was 13. So for my 13th birthday in 1990, I asked my dad to buy me a drum set because I was playing the drums in school at Eagle Rock High School. We had a jazz program. I played the drums every day in high school. Yeah. 7th grade to 12th grade, whatever they call it now. We don't really have that anymore in school. I'm so lucky and I feel so privileged and so blessed. And I don't use words like that because I'm not religious, but I've had people tell me how blessed I am to have lived the kind of life that I have. And then it's taken me a long time to process that idea of how lucky you are. You know what I mean?
Let me interrupt that. I wrote some questions with a group of people at Elbow Room last night for you, and it was kind of like crowdsourcing.
Who was they?
They were just a bunch of
They're
people.
Like, Princess Frank?
No,
that motherfucker owes me money.
Yeah, that's what the first 5 questions are. No, okay, here we go. Well, I wrote this one
Go.
because I didn't want to. I've seen your podcast, and he's, you can look up the biography.
Your girlfriend has my number in her phone.
If you were a painter, what type of painter would you be?
I always defer to Marcel Duchamp, who is not a painter. He's just an instigator. He's a menace to the art world.
With the
and I always think of Marcel Duchamp because he's like my number one guy. I know the most about 4 people in the world. Marcel Duchamp, Henry Miller, David Bowie, Gary Oldman. I got to hang out with Gary Oldman, and I didn't even know that Gary Oldman was like David Bowie's best friend until we had done like 2 gigs together.
A lot of people say
church choir.
A lot of people say "Heroes" is the greatest song of all time. I disagree.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of greatest songs of all time, but everybody has everybody got their thing. Everybody got their thing.
I say something's the greatest song of all time like 10 times a day, and it depends on what I'm feeling. I'm going to go to my little list from the crowdsourced questions.
Go for it.
What's your favorite non-musical part of band life?
It depends on if you think you're a rock star and your ego takes you there, or if you just are. You know what I mean? Ooh. There's a difference between thinking you are and knowing you are. You can't mess with that. I've seen a lot of. I'm from Los Angeles. It's a land of posers. I can spot a poser from a mile away, yo. And yeah, that's it.
I was thinking he was going to say making T-shirts, the mailing list. No, but he can spot a poser. Well, hey, good news for Stereoknife. We're not posers because he's here. And you came all the way from Highland Park to Hollyweird.
So far. Now
I want to talk, again, I'm going to go down my little list. The one-man band thing, we already talked about that. Show. It's always good to have like a little money biscuit.
It was a money biscuit, and I really appreciated the audience participation. But when I started to lose the audience participation, that's when I started to kind of like lose my... when everybody's just on their phone waiting for their Tinder date, and you're like playing your heart out. And then you just hear crickets. And then that's like, okay, that's cool, crickets. I'm just going to play for me. I don't care that you're there. I'm just going to do this.
I've seen you around, and you are a real one. So this brings me into my question 6. As a scene elder.
How dare you?
What should we do? What should we do, Princess Frank? We're the Silverbacks. Like, what would you recommend to the new girl with the Doc Martens?
You know what? I can't save you, so you're on your own, baby.
Good luck. There it is. I thought there was going to be a huge racial
good luck. You're on your own, baby.
All right.
I cut my teeth and I figured it out on my own. So you do it. You do you.
What is your favorite LA era?
Well, I'm from Los Angeles. I was born in the 70s. But my parents were Sunset Boulevard kids. My dad was a limo driver, cover his drug dealing. And my parents were just...
They can still hear you.
I know. Hi, Mom. Jailbirds.
Okay.
But they,
you've literally broken every rule that you told me not to ask you.
That's why I don't want you to. I don't want to do.
What's something you heard and hated, and now you love?
Oh, damn. Most pop music.
Wait, you fell in love with it?
No, most pop music. I'll call it like. Okay, I'll start with Lady Gaga. I hated it, and then my little brother took me to her concert, and I was like, "This is pretty badass, dude."
So you started in music, and you did say keep away from the romance, but this is a. One time I read an article about REM, and even Michael Stipe was like, we did it for the girls. Did you start playing music to get girls?
No. I started playing music because that's what I was born to do. And then I realized... that girls saw me.
I'm going to get this interview back on track.
Let's go.
We're going to play the game Fuck, Marry, Kill with 3 bands of my choice. Oasis, The Cult, and Echo and the Bunnymen.
I'll fuck all of them.
Would you marry any of them?
Nah, I'm good.
And kill them. All right, so hard left turn. K-pop, it's super popular. If you're a star in a K-pop band, what would your position be?
I'm not? I mean, look at me. Do you need me to do more? No, I actually did see K-pop Demon Hunters the other day, only because, like, my little friends are like, have you seen K-pop Demon Hunters? And like, oh, I gotta go watch K-pop Demon Hunter because I need to be relevant and know what everybody's talking about. And I think that's really important as an artist, is you got to keep up, know like what's currently going on, and don't be a relic and be like, I don't like that. Or,
I think I'm being a relic.
yeah, it's rude, you know? Like, if somebody, no, like, I've had...
It is fucking rude.
It is really rude, because I've had so many, like, let's say older, not that I'm young, but when I was younger, all these older cats would always be, like, hating on things that I like, and it's like, but you haven't listened to it. You haven't absorbed it. Even if you don't like it, have an opinion on it, instead of just, like, dismissing it. Like, that's just... Like, I don't know, do your research. Like, haven't listened to it. I was on tour with Flock of Seagulls.
How did I bury the lead this hard? Go on.
I have to look. Flock of Seagulls and...
Wait, you're as a drummer?
No, I was playing guitar, which is weird.
What the heck, Ski?
I know, really weird. I identify as a drummer. But
I feel like you've taken identifying to like a doctoral level.
Because I think it's real. You know, like, I can play all the instruments. I can play them all, except woodwinds and brass.
Yeah.
I identify as a drummer. That's my main instrument. That's my love. I can go from here to here, no problem. But if you put me on guitar, you put me on another instrument, I got to be like, what key are we in? What are the notes? You know, I have to think about that. I can't just go from here to here.
Yeah.
But, yeah, being on, you know, going out with all these 80s bands and hanging out with them. Like, I felt like, it was so nice. I felt like I was the youngest person on the whole thing. I'm like, yes, I am 35. Oh,
That's cool.
but I'm not. But it was really cool to talk to them and be with all of them.
Do you have an affinity for 80s music? Like, I mean, you said Bowie.
Yes.
I mean, not that he's 80s, but you know what I mean. Like,
yes and
shiny.
no. I know all the songs, but still it's like not my thing. But after being on tour with them, it is my thing. And it was really nice to like look in the face of somebody from Big Country and be like, dude, I grew up with you.
And the days go by.
It was Big Country, General Public, The Vapors, China Crisis, Icicle Works. Mostly Josie Cotton, because that's my fiance. I'm going to marry Josie Cotton.
Dude, we got the scoop.
And I'm going to drop to one knee and I'm going to do it right. I'm probably just going to give her like a chinga that I got from a bubble thing at the liquor store. But it's going to mean something.
You're a teacher.
Yes.
What would you, I was a music teacher for a long time. And it got rough because my music teachers were rough. Like that movie Whiplash seemed like an instructional video.
I had the same dude.
Dude,
dude.
My guy's name was Chip Cliff. He taught at the Ice Capades. And I
remember Ice Capades.
Remember Ice Capades?
Yes, of course.
So I started when I was 8, and I learned all my mixolydian scales and all my stuff and sitting like this. And then I wanted to learn a song. I'm dating myself because I'm single.
It's okay.
But I'm also dating myself because I wanted to learn.
We're getting married.
I wanted to learn "Talk Dirty to Me" by a band named Poison.
Poison?
And I
had that on cassette, baby.
I brought the cassette in, and Chip Cliff, I would only assume R.I.P., but he put the cassette in, and he turned his back to me, and then he turned around, and he's like, I can't teach you this crap.
Oh, wow.
And I walked out just all hurt, and my wonderful mother, Myrtle, she's out there.
Hi, Myrtle, I love you.
She just saw like a look on my face. And I looked really, really depressed. She goes, what happened? And I go, I just wanted to, it's been 8 years of learning classical shit and Ice Capade stuff. And I would just like to know how to play Talk Dirty to Me by Poison. And she goes, let's get you another guitar teacher. And I was like, baller. And then I started with Danny Leonard from a band called Karma with a K. The K was big. It's always spelled that way. But yeah, sorry. I'm going off on my teachers.
Oh, you go.
But our teachers, man, they matter. So tell me about your students.
Teachers do matter. Like you were saying about having a teacher that was a bit like Whiplash.
Yeah.
He didn't really get on my ass as much, but he was always like, Mr. Gibble was his name. All through 7th grade to 12th grade at Eagle Rock High School.
Mr. Gibble?
Yes, we had a
Why are their names not normal? Chip Cliff and Mr.
Right?
Gibble? What the fuck? Is this a horror movie?
I know, right? But we had I went to Eagle Rock High School. We had a competition-style jazz band, and I didn't know that when I signed on to play music.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, you're in the jazz band. Here's your chart. I'm like, okay. And I'm reading the music now. But I played drums every day in high school. And if I wasn't doing it right, he would say, like, drummers. And he tried not to cuss. I could see it on his face. I could see it on his face.
The flicker of a fuck you.
Yeah, he would be like, damn it. Like, like even damn it, is technically a cuss word.
Probably worse.
Right. But he would look at me and he would just tap out the tempo whilst he was teaching the band. There was like 27 kids, a full saxophone section, a full trombone section, a full trumpet section, the rhythm section. It was like a lot of kids, man. And I grew up around that, and it taught me how to be a musician, but it also taught me how to not be an asshole.
Ooh. A million pews, because I agree. Like I remember Chip Cliff telling me, I was 8, and he told me, I've seen 6-year-old Korean kids who can stretch better than you.
Oh!
And I was like, and he's talking about the stretch of the hand. And
Right.
girls, like, this is legit.
What school did you go to?
It was a private school. It was Yamaha It was a Yamaha owned like everything, and it was my sister was the genius.
Okay,
she was a anyway.
Yeah, I'm signing up for that school.
Don't do it. No, but it was the same thing. It was sort of whiplash style.
But sometimes you need that kind of thing, man. Like
Agreed.
Really, there does need to be a certain amount of discipline, not just in whatever art you do, but in life. Like sometimes you gotta discipline yourself, and you
Right.
need discipline. And it's not about being an asshole. It's just about like, hey, I love you, and I'm looking out for you, and I don't want you to go to jail tonight.
Man, you have to know the rules to break them.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
That's
absolutely
very true.
Yeah.
And so you learned the rules, and now you don't need sleeves. Oh, that's true. No, but I mean, I'm being facetious, but my sister told me
That's
that. She's
right.
That's how. I still have mine, but it looks like someone jizzed.
Hey, tell me more about your sister.
She's a great writer.
Oh, she's calling me right now.
You know what?
I'm not a comedian.
That's funny.
Okay, no, I'm sorry. Finish your story.
No. But yeah, the idea of I like to write weird now and start with ands and conjunctions and all the
Well, make
stuff
sure you
that
have your punctuation
teachers-
straight. That's all you got to do.
What's next?
I'm not going to be seen anymore. I'm actually not going out and doing anything anymore. Princess Frank is, she's kind of retired. Princess Frank, I've been Princess Frank since 2004.
Okay.
And I went through a really terrible breakup in 2023. And then I decided to retire at Princess Frank in 24. So now I'm just Frankie. I'm not doing anything anymore. I'm not playing anywhere. I'm not doing anything. I'm not trying to promote anything. I'm just in the studio all the time, gonna release music eventually. I'm gonna restart an orchestra probably in the next few years, like a full-on mobile jazz orchestra. Because I have some things that I've always had on my wish list that I'm going to do. Just be in the studio more often. I've been a workhorse, drummer, band mate, band leader for 30 plus years, I'll leave it at that.
I get it.
And now I'm just like, I can just go to the studio and just boom, and I got money and I can pay you. Like, being paid as a musician changes the whole game. Rehearsal, here you go, man. It changes the whole game. And it gives incentive, and it's important. And it shows love.
I would actually like to end on this note because, the batteries are about to die on this. But I do think that exactly what Princess Frank is saying is true. So if you go to your gig, don't be a dick to the sound man. Do the opposite. Give $20 to that sound man, and you're gonna sound amazing. And it's not about that 20.
Be the best of the sound people, and your security people, and your bartenders. Even just like if you're in a hotel room, just drop a little 10 or 20 on the table before you leave, for whoever cleans up after you. It's just a little bit of money, but it shows appreciation, and it's really important.
I know my words and I know my wine. I'm always happy, almost